Next comic moved here from New York like a year ago, and I immediately fell in love with his comedy. He's also become a great friend, but like such a fucking amazing comedian. You guys are gonna love him. Please put your hands together for Danny Solomon.
Oh yeah, give it up for Dave. It's actually a year ago today. Today, November 20th, 1 year. I feel like I'm becoming a little bit Hollywood, I'd say. For instance, my agent and my manager are the names I gave my goldfish. That's dope. I'm man enough to admit that. Guys, this is a fun thing. I was talking to a friend of mine, and he asked me this question. It's kind of a classic track question. He goes, all right, a guy's got a gun to your head. He's got a gun pointed right at your temple. He's saying you have to have sex with a man. Could be any man in the world. Who would it be? So I'm very smart. I said, James Bond. All right? Not because I think James Bond is attractive. Because I feel like he could figure out a way to get us out of that situation. Am I right? He's just got to take out one dude. If he can't do that, I'm going to assume the two of those guys are working together. But to what end? How are they going to take over the world using my butt? Same vein, I was in a bathroom stall, it was a men's bathroom, and I saw this. It was kind of written in big letters, which I thought was pretty funny. It said, for the best blowjob of your life, call this number. And then it had like a number underneath. And I don't know what you good fine Christian folks think of when you see something like that just splayed across a bathroom stall. But the first thing that I always wonder is how long it's been there. Because like, think about it. It seems like it's a message directed at you, and it was written moments ago by someone who was in love with you. But it also could have been written many, many decades ago. There's no way to know unless you call. And how weird it would be if you called the number and you're like, hey, so I'm ready for the best blowjob of my life. And then the guy at the end of the line's like, that takes me back. Oh, son. You made this old grandpa smile. Man, I haven't blown a man in, well, it's got to be over 25 years. Well, you know, it would be nice to feel young again. All right, meet me at the docks behind Blacktown. Oh, they're not calling that part of town Blacktown anymore. Wow, that's a flat on how old I am. Speaking of history, here's a question. Time travel. How many of you guys think that time travel is going to be real? Is real? Like nobody. I agree with you. I don't think it's going to happen. At least in our lifetimes, time travel is not going to happen. Because if time travel were to exist in, 50 years or so, then probably the first thing that'd get invented is a way to send emails to your past self, right? That's got to be easy. So then, that stands to reason that if, we all got on AOL for the first time, we should have just gotten a bunch of mysterious emails from the future, right? But I started to think about that a little more, like, maybe that's what spam emails are. Maybe they're just warnings from our future selves, and maybe just the only thing that's important to all of humanity in 60 years is just having a big dick. You just gotta have a big dick in the future. That's why all of those emails are so urgent. And so it's like, get a bigger penis today! Do it now, man, before the robots take over! We need strong human dicks for our war against the machines! You need to put your dicks into their servos, and then it disables them. I know what I'm talking about. I'm the king of Nigeria. How many of you guys voted? That's going to be important. I didn't vote. I wanted to vote, and if I were to have voted, I would have voted for the president, whoever that might end up having. But I wanted to vote. My big issue, healthcare. You need healthcare. That's what I need. I'm sick a lot, and I'm working a 45-hour-a-week job, full-time, no benefits, no help at all. And honestly, I could blame the government, but that is also a little bit my fault because that's just something, that's like an issue that I need to just stop being so okay with at job interviews. Like every time I go to an interview, the guy's always like, and of course we don't have any health benefits, and I'm like, naturally. Why would I need health benefits when this wonderful job opportunity will clearly stop the flow of my blood pee? I appreciate you considering me for the blood pee position. I'm not even like a charity guy either. I don't really care about that stuff very much. I'm not like an issues person. Like, when like you're walking down the street and you kind of get stopped by somebody who's like got a petition or something for you to sign. They got a clipboard or something. You're just like, fucking shit. It's just like somebody stops you and they're working for like Children's International or something. And I get it. It's a good cause. But there are just some of those days where you're just like, you know what? The children can drink dirty water and like it. So if you feel that way, I've developed a very effective and efficient way for getting those people out of your face. All right, this is what you do. When they come up to you, they're just going to start talking. All right, they're going to be like, hi, sir, do you have a moment to talk about Children's International? There are children starving all over the world. Here's what you do. Lock eyes with them. All right, don't look away. Just give them a hard, steely gaze. Keep it on them for a good 3 seconds. And then just go, I'll take care of it. And then just keep walking. I can't do anything about that. No, sir, actually, look, I said I'll handle it! God, do I have to do it right now? Can I get some things out of my apartment? There are some tools there that you don't know about. You're killing the kids by stopping me from watching Burn Notice. It's a fun thing to do. You can do it. Kids die, but it's a fun thing to do. I don't know if kids die. This is a fun thing. My mom, I want to talk about my mom for a second. Because my mom, she taught me all this stuff. She doesn't really care about issues either. She was born in Colombia, South America. Like, you're not going to give a shit about things if you're from there. And my mom is currently living there. She's been there for the last year. And it's funny to talk to her because she hasn't really caught up on, like, American things lately. So she called me the other day to tell me that Whitney Houston died. Did you guys hear about that? Whitney Houston is dead. I'm sorry to break it to you. But she died, and my mom was a huge Whitney Houston fan. Like, that was her favorite lady. But she also doesn't care for the tabloids and all the rags and the horror stories about her. She just likes the work. So when my mom was talking to me, she was like, can you believe that during the autopsy, they found cocaine in her system? And I was like, Mom, I'm surprised they didn't find cocaine in her will. She was like, to my dear friend Cocaine, I bequeath more of my cocaine. Be friends. It seems easy to me to figure out, too. Like, Whitney Houston clearly had something going on. I remember, even when I was like 11 years old, I remember watching her on like a Grammys performance and just watching her sweat through that. And she was just like, so obviously on some, I remember even just 11 years old thinking to myself, all right, there is something going on with this lady. I'm not exactly sure what it is, but it looks like she's angry about being sleepy. I did that joke one time. There was this lady who got really mad at me. Just the entire show, actually, she just hated me and who I was. And she was just giving me the crab eye the whole set. And so I was thinking, all right, whatever, I'm going to get off stage, I'm going to ignore this person. But she cornered me. And she said, look, I saw your whole act. And I just want to tell you that I think all of your jokes are you just taking some small thing that someone says or does and making a mean generalization about it. And I think the reason you do that is to make yourself feel a little less hollow. Harsh. And I'm not going to lie to you guys, it kind of got to me. It started making me think, like, maybe that's who I am. Maybe that's what I do. But then I noticed that that lady had a cat on her shirt. So, she's clearly a dyke. The point is, I'm the best. I'm the coolest dude in the universe. Guys, thank you so much.
You know Gary Sauer! Yeah!